Hi friends, welcome and thank you for joining me. I'm John LaCroix, the owner and race director of the Human Potential Running Series, or HPRS for short. If this is your first HPRS race, welcome to the family. We are one of Colorado's largest trail and ultra marathon series and one of the largest ultra series in the United States. We host 9 in-person races each year right here in beautiful Colorado. You can learn more about our mission, ethos, and our events on our website, www.humanpotentialrunning.com. This is the official pre-race meeting for the 2026 Silverheels Trail Runs, the 12th annual edition taking place this July 10th and 11th, 2026 in Como, Colorado. This meeting is required viewing for all participants and is designed to help you arrive fully informed and prepared. Friends, before we get too deep into it, I want to kindly remind all participants that there are other videos to help you prepare for the event. These videos are all linked to within the race informational email and hosted on the HPRS YouTube channel. The course preview video is a great way to get to know the course and the resources available to you for self-navigation. We'll go over some of them also in this video. If you're in the 10-mile or the 19-mile events, your races are pretty straightforward out and backs, so maybe not necessary for you to watch the course preview video. You, of course, can if you'd like, but those of you in all of the other distances, the 60K, 50-mile, 100K, and 100-mile, you definitely should engage with the course preview video. There's also a crew and pacer video for those of you in the 50-mile, 100K, and 100-mile who intend to have a crew and or pacers assisting you at the event. And there is also a video that discusses the wildfires in Colorado and how they might affect our event. You are, of course, strongly encouraged to engage with these videos to round out your race preparation. We begin by acknowledging that when we gather this coming weekend, we'll be standing on the traditional and ancestral lands of the Ute peoples. At HPRS, we believe that being a runner means being a temporary steward of these spaces. We acknowledge the history of dispossession and the ongoing connection these tribes have to this land. We won't just be running a race, we'll be honoring the spirit of those who moved across these mountains for generations before us. I encourage you to use the links on our website this week to learn the specific history of these peoples, so that when you show up to the start line, your presence is an act of respect, not just of consumption. If you're tuning in and still haven't registered, online registration closes at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time on Sunday, July 5th, 2026, with race day signups available as space allows. We do have t-shirt and awards cutoffs for our events, and that deadline has passed for Silverheels. That means if you signed up after June 28th, you might miss out on a shirt, but we should have plenty of finishers awards available for everybody. I want to make sure that everybody sees here, again, that if you're going to register day of, you can pay via cash, credit card, Venmo, PayPal. I might be able to set up Zelle so we can do that as well. The 10-mile will be $80. The 19-mile will be $100. The 60K will be $150. The 50-mile will be $180. The 100K will be $230. And the 100-mile will be $385 plus satisfaction of the volunteer requirement. All of our prices are, of course, below the industry standard for that distance across our market here in Colorado. And we, of course, always recommend folks sign up earlier to take advantage of the deepest savings. In this video, I'm going to cover everything you need to finalize your prep before you head out to see us this coming weekend. Because this is a pre-recorded briefing, we won't have a live Q&A session. However, we are committed to your success, so if you have questions after watching this, please shoot me an email and I'll gladly get back to you as soon as I'm off the trails. But before you reach out, please remember that I have provided extensive resources designed to support your operational rigor. You can find the answers to most every logistical question in these 3 places. 1. The pre-race informational email that landed in your inbox recently. 2. The runner's guide and Google Drive folder are linked on our website and also in the pre-race informational email. And 3, the race-specific page at humanpotentialrunning.com. Please use these tools. The meeting is meant to be a high-level enhancement of the sacred readiness you've already established by doing your homework and reading the materials. I know there's a lot of information. Friends, I know there's a lot of information. Every year I hear about it. I'm so overwhelming. Friends, you are a critical part of our risk management plan. We need you to show up prepared, especially in the event of an emergency that requires us to evacuate the course. So while I know there's a lot of information and there's a lot of homework to do, there is a reason for it. We cannot chew your food for you. We can't run the miles for you. We can't point you which way to go at all times. The onus is on you to show up and be prepared for the event. So thank you so much. I know it's a lot, but again, thank you so much for interacting with everything so that you can show up prepared. So let's start by talking safety. At HPRS, we treat every participant like an adult. Trail and ultra races are extreme events. Yes, even the 10 mile. No matter the distance, you're stepping into an environment where you are responsible for your safety. I'd really like to repeat that statement. No matter the distance, you're stepping into an environment where you are responsible for your safety. I cannot guarantee your well-being, but I can help manage risk. What I ask of you in return is accountability. Read the runner guide. Bring the right gear. Know the course. When you are deep into this race, your executive up brain, the part of you that makes logical, safe decisions, is going to check out. Your primal down brain will take over, making choices based on fear, exhaustion, or comfort. I need you to preload your sacred readiness now. You need to be self-sufficient because I cannot put a volunteer on every corner to override your lizard brain's bad math. A headlamp, extra batteries, and a $2 poncho aren't just gear, they are your anchors to reality. Please remember, DNF doesn't mean did not finish. It means did nothing fatal. You do not need to prove anything out there. You don't need to be a hero. If something feels off, it's okay to stop. We don't post DNF information in our results. We don't post DNS information in our results. So if you're done or if you don't show up, it's like you were never there. Sometimes the mountain wins. That doesn't mean that you lost. Please stay on course if injured. Tell a runner to communicate your situation to the next aid station. Depending on the circumstances, we'll send a hasty crew to you. Don't go bushwhacking to a road. That makes things harder for everyone. Let your family know where you'll be and that there's no live tracking. If they want to help, we always need volunteers, and volunteering is the best way to see you on the course. At HPRS, we take personal accountability seriously. We expect that you've read the runner guide and race email. If someone shows up unprepared, we may refuse service. Trust me, you stick out like a sore thumb. You park where you're not supposed to park. You show up without the required gear. You walk around like you have no idea what's going on because you don't. You didn't read anything. So if someone shows up unprepared, we may refuse service. This isn't about being mean. It's the why behind our math. An underprepared runner is a liability who drains the energy of our volunteers and the financial sustainability of our series. We serve the community, and one person's lack of accountability shouldn't compromise the sanctuary that we've built for everyone else. I recently sent out the pre-race email to all registered runners. If you haven't read it yet, please do. Let's take a look at some of the resources available to you. I've already mentioned them, but first and foremost, of course, is the race website. Again, that's at www.humanpotentialrunning.com. Hover over events. If you're on your mobile device, there'll be a hamburger menu. You're looking for Silverheels. Click on it. It brings you to the race-specific webpage. Here is all kinds of information for you. And if you scroll down, we have these accordion menus. If you click on them, they expand. You can find the course maps, elevation profiles, but most importantly, a link to the runner's drive. Click that link and it brings you here. Of course, there's also a link in your pre-race informational email to this drive, and I just want to go over this briefly so you can see everything that is in here. Most importantly is the runner guide. So again, please read the runner guide. Please engage with it, interact with it. Everything that you need to know about the event, timelines, where everything is, where to go, what time to be there, how to get places, parking logistics, all of the rules, all of the expectations, everything is in this document. If you're in the 100 mile and the 100K, a reminder that your start line is not at the Como Roundhouse. You're the only two distances that start elsewhere. You're going to start at the Burning Bear Trailhead on Geneva Road, also known as Guanella Pass Road. This document is here to help you find a carpool if you need it. Also, if you are looking to carpool to the event, this other document is here for you as well. I also want to highlight to you the runner navigation apps document. This describes to you how you can download CalTopo, Colorado Trails Explorer, or Gaia GPS and use your smartphone and this technology to live track yourself while you're out on the course. We also have the aid station charts and the elevation profile. We also have a Google map of the course, and we have the PDF version that you can download and print for you to be able to navigate the course. Also, we have a folder here. If you click on this, there's the GPX file for every single course associated with this event. You can download one of these files and upload it to your watch or other device so that you can self-navigate. If you're in the 100K, 100 mile, or 50 mile, we have segment maps, which is literally an aid station to aid station breakdown of each segment of the entire course. Finally, there's a crew and pacers folder. Here are the directions, driving directions for 50-mile crews and driving directions for 100-mile and 100K crews. And then, of course, the crew and pacer handbook, which goes over all of the rules and regulations for crews and pacers and what the expectations for them are. And also, finally, if you've never read one of these, we have our emergency action plan. This is a pretty critical document given the situation that we're in with all the wildfires. But this is our emergency action plan. It describes exactly what we are going to do, including a wildfire plan, in the event of an emergency out on the race. All of our policies are in here, and there are, if you're unaccounted for at an aid station, what are we going to do to locate you if there's a medical or rescue incident? And then these maps, these are not course maps. They are maps of where the course is, but these are more so maps of the evacuation route and evacuation plans, how we're going to get you out of the woods in the event of an emergency. And if you haven't ever read one of those, now might be the time just to make sure that everybody is clearly aware of what we're going to do in the event of an emergency, because that is our guiding document that will help us out. So again, the Runner's Google Drive, linked to on our website, and it's within the pre-race email. It's on you to come prepared. That means reading the race email, checking the runner's guide, and showing up with the knowledge and gear to keep yourself safe and successful out there. And again, I want to be clear, we do reserve the right to turn away anyone who shows up underprepared, and it's not about being harsh. It's about protecting you, our volunteers and staff, and the long-term sustainability of our series. So do the work. Be ready, respect the mountain and the miles. Now let's quickly hit on some core logistics. First, we're going to talk about parking and camping. If you would like to camp at this event, we do have space for tent camping. I've got some space for rooftop tents. You can drive a camper van, but we do not have space for camping trailers of any kind. So please do not bring a trailer. But let's take a look at, this is the Como area. As you can see on your screen, we've got the roundhouse right here. The blue line on your screen, that is the course and where it actually goes in and out of the Como Roundhouse. I want to make mention that, well, first of all, you can see here it says 2 US 285. So just about all of you are going to be coming in from US 285. If you're coming from Breckenridge and you chose to come up and over Boreas Pass Road, you're going to be coming in from this direction. There are two holes in the fence that get into the parking area. One is definitely labeled out and one is labeled in. So if you're coming in from US 285, you want to go to the second hole in the fence to get in, and be mindful that the out is the first entrance. I believe there's a porta potty down in that area. And then also here you'll see that we've got this dispersed camping area here in the field on the other side of the parking lot. We also have camping off on the far off side of the roundhouse. You can camp there as well. This is the main parking lot. We'd like everybody to park here. If it should be full, we do have these other areas here within Como where you can park. Please do use this as a resource when you're coming in. These are the other overflow areas for parking because of all these buildings you see lined up off the side of the road at this location. Nobody lives there. These are just historical buildings. So that's why we're using that as overflow so we don't disrupt our neighbors, cause a commotion, too much noise, etc. That's why that's our overflow area. We'll also, of course, have porta potties here in the main area at the roundhouse. I'll let everybody know that check-in is going to be right here. And the start-finish line is right here. And no, you are not allowed to drive in the gate at this spot and park in here for any reason. We're asking everybody to park in the designated parking area, and then there's a path that you will take and walk all of 100 yards, 150 yards to check in to the start-finish line. This area here, we need to leave open not only for us, for logistics, for our volunteers to come and pick up supplies, to come in and out, but also the Roundhouse itself, the nonprofit that operates it. They're going to have an open house and some work going on this weekend while we are also there. And so we want the parking area to be open for their guests, their volunteers. So that's why we're going to prohibit any parking in this main area. Do not park in here. And when you show up, please do not park right outside the gate so that you can quickly just walk in to check in, get your thing, and then you're going to walk back out here. You are a trail runner. You are a trail runner. Most of you are ultra runners. Please act like one. Park your car in the field, walk in to check in. Like I said, we're going to know exactly you did not engage with any of the information because you're going to park right outside the gate and try to walk in from there to grab your things, and we're going to move you. We're going to make you move your car. We're going to make you go park. We might even embarrass you. It's okay. You're embarrassing yourself. Please just follow the directions. Everything in the plan is there for a reason, and I thank you so much for your compliance on that. All right, runner check-in. There are multiple times that you can check in. Any runner from any distance can check in at any of these times. Thursday between 5 and 8 p.m. all of this is at the Como Roundhouse. Thursday, 5 to 8 p.m., Thursday night. Friday, 3:15 in the morning to 3:50 a.m. at the Burning Bear Trailhead. I will be there if you're in the 100K or 100 mile and you need to grab something. You can pick it up right there at the start at Burning Bear. However, there is a mandatory meeting Thursday night. So if you didn't show up Thursday night to check in, there should be no reason for anybody in the 100K or 100 mile to be checking in between 3:15 and 3:50 a.m. on Friday. So I am actually going to draw a line through that because if you're in the 100 mile or 100K, you need to be there Thursday night. No exceptions. I'm going to go over that here in a second. For everybody else, Friday night, 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m., there is a check-in time. Of course, we have the 50 miles starting at 9 p.m. Friday night, so there is a check-in time Friday night, 7:30 to 9 p.m. And then again, Saturday morning, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. I just want to remind everybody that you may only pick up your own bib and swag. You may not pick up for someone else. You're not picking up for your wife. You're not picking up for your best friend. You are only picking up your personal things, period. and an ID may be required at check-in. For runners in the 100 mile and 100K, a kind reminder that there is a mandatory pre-race meeting in person on Thursday night at 6:45 p.m. in the Como Roundhouse. No exceptions. Every single one of you needs to be there at the meeting. If you miss the meeting for any reason, you will not be allowed to start the 100 mile or 100K. Instead, we will welcome you to start one of the shorter distances. You can run the 50 mile, you can run the 60K. It is mandatory. There are no exceptions. Every 100K and every 100 mile runner must attend the Thursday night meeting. I also want to remind all in the 100K and 100 mile runners about the mandatory gear requirement. I will be at the handcart aid station, which is your first aid station at mile 7.7, checking for this gear on race day. Those of you who do not have this gear on you will not be allowed to proceed any further in the race. You will be disqualified and driven back to the finish line in Como. You will be allowed to start one of the shorter distances events instead. Again, the 50 mile, the 60K, 10 mile, 19 mile, totally up to you. You just won't be able to complete the 100K or 100 mile. There are no exceptions to either the mandatory race meeting on Thursday night or the mandatory gear requirement on race day. And again, this is for the 100 mile and 100K runners only. Friends, I had some runners last year hemming and hawing and moaning and whining and crying about this mandatory gear requirement. Some of them did not show up at the race with it. Their crew showed up at a place they're not allowed to make sure that they did have it. I allowed them to proceed. Ultimately, more than half of the runners in the 100 mile and 100K last year offered me a thank you for requiring this mandatory gear because it saved their lives. Trust me, if we're going to get some kind of storm during this race, we do every year. There are storms in the forecast. If we do get a thunderstorm, the temperature will drop from 70, 80 degrees to 40 degrees within 5 minutes. There will be hail, there will be grapple, there will be wind. The rain will be incredibly cold. If you don't have the required gear, you could get hypothermia. This is for your own health and safety. It's for my peace of mind, my permit, my insurance, my rules. This is what we're doing. Appreciate you following them for your safety and again for the future preservation of our series. Start times Friday, the 100 mile and 100K will start at 4 a.m. from Burning Bear Trailhead on Guanella Pass Road. The 50 mile will start on Friday night at 9 p.m. That is not a typo. 9 p.m. Friday night, your race goes overnight. Saturday morning, we have the 60K starting at 6 a.m. and the 10 mile and 19 mile starting at 8 a.m. If you are in the 10 mile or 19 mile and you are just painfully slow and you're like, you need more time, you're really worried about the final cutoff, you're planning to walk or hike or whatever it is, please consider starting early. We'll allow you to start at any time prior to 8 a.m. to give yourself a little more wiggle room. Please don't be shy about asking for it. Just show up and let us know you're starting early at check-in, and we'll take care of you. It's okay. We're all about smart decisions. Also want to talk to you about our mid-race drop-down here at HPRS. We believe in smart decisions for everybody. Sometimes it's not your day, and for whatever reason, it's not your day. Maybe you're not feeling it. Maybe you're not feeling good. Maybe you're not performing the way that you had hoped. Things are going wonky. Whatever it is, we have this option for you to be able to call it a day and live to run another day. So if you're in the 100 mile, you can decide at Terriall 1 to run the 100K and for that to be enough for you. So at Terriall 1, you can decide, you know what, I'm good. And you can drop down to the 100K and run to the finish from there. And when you get there, you will get a finisher's award and your time in the 100K results. It's that easy. All right. Those of you in the 50 mile, when you get to Terriall 1, you can decide, you know what, this ain't happening today, and you can drop down to the 10 mile at that point. If you continue on and you don't drop to the 10 mile, you have a second option to drop down at Poor Man's 1. You can turn around at Poor Man's 1 and finish the 60K. So those are the two options for the 50 mile. If you're in the 60K, you have one drop-down option. It is at Terriall 1. You may drop to the 10-mile. Same thing, everybody. In the 19-mile, you can drop to the 10-mile by turning around at Terriall. But again, if you get to Terriall 1 and you're in the 19-mile and you continue like you're in the 19-mile and you don't make it to the turnaround and you come back, you're going to be a DNF. So make the decision where it's the place to make the decision. Again, if you drop down in distance, again, if you're in the 50-mile and you drop down to the 60K, you're going to get a finisher's award and your time in the 60K results. If you're in the 19-mile and you drop down to the 10, you're going to get a finisher's award and your time in the 10-mile results. There is no drop-down option for the 100K or the 10-mile. Okay, this one's important and also kind of gross. Please, no lube chips. You're probably asking,
I'm going to come.
What are lube chips? Well, I'm going to tell you. In the sport of ultra running, I've been an ultra runner for 21 years. I've seen lube chips countless times. So when somebody comes into an aid station, they dive their fist into the Vaseline, the bag bomb, or I don't know, whatever. They have some kind of lotion that they are using as their anti-friction cream, and they rub it all over their nether bits. They rub it on their nipples, under their arms, whatever. And then without washing their hand, next thing you see is them grazing the chip bowl. And they're just grabbing potato chips and eating. Friends, if you've lubed up and your hands are a bit slippery, please do not dive into the communal aid station food bowls. Self-surface is okay, but if your hands are messy, ask a volunteer to help. They will use scoops or tongs. They will serve food into your hand for you. Let's please help keep things sanitary for everyone and help prevent the spread of lube chips. Colorado weather is, of course, unpredictable, especially in the mountains, especially in monsoon season. It could be 80 and sunny or 30 and snowing, so we want you to plan accordingly. I'm recording this video on Saturday, July 4th. We're a week out. Anything can happen. The weather can flex. This is the weather forecast right now. The last email that I sent to you on Wednesday will include an updated weather forecast. For now, we're looking at a race time start on Friday for those of you in the 100K and 100 mile, a balmy 52 degrees, probably with a breeze out at the Burning Bear Trailhead. Winds non-existent. Sunrise is at 5:46 in the morning. It's going to be a warm day, sunny with a high of 74, UV of 11, which is extreme. Little windy, some gusts out there, and we got a 25% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and into the evening hours. Any year that we've had a 20% or greater chance of storms, we've gotten them. It might as well say 100% on there. Friday night, it will become mostly clear, again with a low of 52. And sunset at 8:32 p.m. We do have a new moon. You're not going to see it. So no moon this year. Saturday, this is for Como. This is pretty much for everybody. Saturday morning, again, 52 degrees, pretty balmy for even for summer, for this time of year. That's hot up in the mountains. Sunrise at 5:46 again. It's going to be a sunny day with a little more cloud cover. What I'm gathering from forecasts is that the sun's going to heat up the atmosphere a bit, and we got a high of near 80 degrees. It's going to be hot. UV of 9, very high. It's going to be windy, and we have a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms at this time. It's going to happen. There's going to be some storms. And then eventually clearing with an overnight low of 54 on Saturday night. Final cutoff is 8 p.m. The sun will still be up when everybody's finishing up Saturday evening. And again, no moon for this year's race. Friends, you're welcome to have a drop bag at the start finish. Every distance, everybody, you can have a drop bag at the start finish line and at designated aid stations. Please see the aid station chart for details. I'm going to show you that here in a minute. So you can have drop bags at Handcart, Michigan Creek, French Gulch if you are in the 100K and the 100 mile, and also at Terriall. If you're in the 50 mile, you can have a drop bag at Terriall, and if you're in the 60K, also at Terriall. Poor man's, you can have a drop bag, 100 mile, 50 mile, and the 60K. And then Crooked Creek Drop bags are for the 100-mile only. Drop bags are not allowed for those in the 10 or the 19-mile races. A few tips. Label your drop bag with your bib number and the distance that you're in. That's very important. You must label your drop bag with your bib number and the race that you're in. Please no duffel bags. If you could hide a body in it, even if it's one that you so happen to chop up with a hacksaw, it's too big. You use your drop bag for food, socks, sunscreen, lube, a headlamp, and yes, even a toothbrush. Trust me, brushing your teeth mid-race is magical. If you're in the 100-mile, you should be brushing your teeth at Terriol 1. I promise it'll change your race. Please don't leave valuables inside. Bags will not be treated like fine china. Anything left behind gets donated or terminated. Crews are only allowed for 50-mile, 100K, and 100-mile runners, and only at pre-approved aid stations, which are Michigan Creek, Terriol, and Poor Man's, and of course Crooked Creek for 100-mile runners only. Spectators are welcome at the start-finish area. Spectators are welcome at crew-approved aid stations for runners in the 50-mile, 100K, and 100-mile. Again, those are Michigan Creek, Terriol, Poor Man's, and Crooked Creek for 100-milers only. If you can't have a crew, you can't have spectators, but you can have them at the start-finish line. If you intend to have a crew or spectators, they will be given a crew placard. Each runner in the 50-mile, 100K, and 100-mile will be given one crew placard for their one crew vehicle. If your crew cannot fit into one vehicle, your crew is too big. Friends, the word crew refers to someone who is giving you something or taking something from you. The word spectator refers to someone who is just watching. They are a voyeur. We trust that you know the difference between these words and their intention within the rules. Please respect the landowners. We, again, are operating within 2 counties, Park County and Summit County, on their roads. We are also in the U.S. Forest Service National Forest of White River National Forest and the Pike and San Isabel National Forest, 3 different ranger districts, and a whole lot of people who have homes in the mountains in the vicinity of where we are recreating. There is private property, especially outside of Poor Man's and Terriol aid stations, and our professional stewardship is the only reason we're allowed here. So if we aren't respectful guests, we lose the trails for the mere mortals who want to run here in the future. Don't be the reason we lose a permit or permission. So what that means is no loud music, no cowbells. I'll go over that in a second. We are in the mountains. We are being quietly respectful of the neighbors and the wildlife, and we are providing a sensory positive experience for all of our runners. And we are not driving recklessly or speeding up and down county roads. We are following every single law and rule and speed limits, and you name it. We're going to be great people out there. No live tracking, and please, 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 crews, pacers, spectators, whatever, don't ask volunteers where your runner is. We need their attention on safety and tracking, not fielding questions. You're a huge distraction, and we end up missing people within those distractions. So please don't approach and ask where the runners are. There's no live tracking. We don't know. We're waiting for them to. We can tell you if they left the last aid station. We can tell you what time they left the last aid station. That's not going to be enough information for you anyway. Within the runner navigation document, there is information about how you can live track your runner with their own technology, with their smartphone. You can turn on Where's My iPhone and track your person. So please help us out with that. Would be greatly appreciated. And again, pacers are only allowed for 50-mile, 100K, and 100-mile runners. You can pick up and or exchange a pacer at Michigan Creek, Terriol, Poor Man's, and Crooked Creek for 100-mile runners only. Runners age 60 and older may have a pacer at any time throughout the entire event. So if you're 60 or older, you can have a friend run with you. We would love it if that person signed up, but if they haven't, well, okay, you can be cheap. There is a pacer waiver every pacer needs to fill out. They can fill it out at check-in at Como Roundhouse during check-in times, or they can fill it out at the aid station where they can jump in with you. We will have pacer waivers there ready to rock and roll. They will receive a pacer bib. It must be worn at all times. You are responsible for pacer logistics, which includes where they'll park, how they'll get there, how they're getting back, getting their car after the race, etc. All of that is entirely up to you. There is no pacer shuttle, there's no pacer bus, there's no pacer carpool. You got to figure out those logistics on your own. And a kind reminder that crews, spectators, and pacers are an extension of the runner. Any violations equals runner disqualification. So please be sure your people know the rules. No dogs. No dogs. No dogs on course, not at camp, not at check-in, not at the start-finish line, not anywhere. It's a hard no. Friends, we love your furry pals, but they're a safety issue, and our insurance does not cover incidents involving them.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Sorry, friends, we actually don't need more cowbell. I know, it's kind of a trail running thing, but at HPRS, we've chosen to go a different route for a few important reasons. First, we share these spaces with wildlife. Sudden repetitive noises like cowbells can cause unnecessary stress to the animals who call these areas home. And we have an obligation to respect respect the habitat for these animals. Second, many of our races happen near private residences or small local businesses, and we want to be good neighbors and respectful guests on the land. But most importantly, HPRS is a sanctuary for all runners. We actively manage this sensory environment because many in our tribe, including crew and volunteers, and your race director, are neurodivergent. For them, the jarring, repetitive sound of a cowbell isn't trail culture. It's a sensory trigger that compromises their ability to be present. Friends, in all the years that I've run 100-mile races, I've run 100 miles near 25 times. If I'm running into an aid station and I hear cowbells, I've literally stopped my tracks dead in the trail and asked the next runner to please ask if they would stop ringing the cowbells so that I can come into the aid station, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because the ringing of the cowbell is more than just a jarring sensory experience in my brain. It literally causes physical pain for those of us who are neurodivergent. And there are a lot of neurodivergent folks who run ultras. So friends, we're all about tribal caretaking, which means cheering in ways that lift everyone up without overwhelming those who process the world differently. We're all about cheering, clapping, hooting, and hollering in ways that lift each other up, just without the bells. So thank you for helping us keep the vibe strong and the volume respectful. All right, when you check in, you're going to receive your bib and swag. We're going to show that to you. First of all, friends, if you see anybody wearing one of these red bucket hats, they are a member of our Community Roundtable, which is a volunteer advisory board. They have all the information. They can help answer any of your questions. Approach them, say thank you, talk to them, find out more about HPRS, why they love it, ask your question. They're happy to help you out. Okay, let's see, show up. I want to make sure everybody knows our races are cupless. Make sure you have a collapsible cup. There will be no cups at our aid stations. We'll have some for soup and stuff so long as we can do, we can have stoves to cook those items. But otherwise, if you're looking to get soda, you got to bring a cup. We will not accept you putting your mouth on the cooler nozzle or going underneath and dripping it out. We are not doing that, friends. It's 2026. Get a collapsible cup. We've been doing this for 9 years. The movement is strong. Our friends at HydroPack have provided us with some cups. If you need a cup, ask for one at check-in. If you forget your cup, ask for one. I'll give you a damn cup for free. Please bring in something to drink with. Also, when you show up, you're going to get a die-cut Silverheels logo sticker. You're also going to get a die-cut HPRS logo sticker. You're also going to get, if you are 50-mile, 100K, and 100-milers, you're going to get a crew placard. The rules of crewing are on the back. Your bib number will go down here. And you get one of these for one crew vehicle. So we have that for you. If you see me and you want one of these bad boys, no one cares about your Strava, I'm giving these away for free. I've literally given out over 2,000 of these stickers, and I will keep giving them out. They are free. All you have to do is come on up to me, say hello, let's have a brief conversation. I'll say thank you, you'll say thank you, and you'll say, can I have one of those stickers? I'll say, absolutely, here you go, and off you go. I will litter the world with those stickers. But also, everybody's going to get a drawstring bag. If you signed up within the deadline, you'll get your shirt. If you're in the 100 mile, you're getting a hoodie. It is not the one that I'm wearing, but it is really cool. I'm excited to get my own. Let's take a look at our bibs. If you're in the 10 mile, you're going to be wearing green. Your numbers are in the 300s. If you're running the 19 mile, you're in the 200s. Got this little cyan blue. If you're in the 60K, you're 150 and higher, wearing green. If you're in the 50 mile, this maroon, you're in the 100 to 150. If you are in the 100K, you've got a blue, and you are 50 to 99. And if you are 100, you will be 1 to 49, somewhere in there. We put a quote on all of our bibs for this race. It is the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. And I also love to highlight that on the back of our bib, I know a lot of folks collect bibs, they save your bibs. I have every bib I've ever worn. It's just a way for you to record how the race went, how you felt, any notes, people you met, whatever it is. A little notebook here for you to reflect on your day with us. All right, so you're going to get your bib, your swag, anything else we've got on hand to say thanks for being there. But let's talk about what matters for a lot of you, which is the finish line. At HPRS, we don't do podiums. There is no first, second, or third place. There are no age group trophies. It's not that we don't value performance. We just value people more. Your story belongs here whether you finish first, last, or not at all. The goal isn't always the finish line. It's the discovery of character. And while other series chase elites and corporate trends, HPRS focuses on personal excellence. We don't care if you're fast. We care that you're here to see what you're made of. We uphold the highest safety and operational standards in the sport so that you have a secure environment to find out where your limits actually are. Some people build races to crown champions. I build them to reveal character. So whether you come in first or last, everyone gets the same finisher's award. And that's the tradition in old school ultra running, and we honor it here at HPRS. All finishers are equals. And so this is this year's Finishers Award for Silverheels. It is a wooden award crafted in Connecticut by Ragged Cuts. It is 3D. A family makes these. A family, they've got, of course, a laser cutting machine, but then the family helps paint them and glue them together and ship them off to us. We love them. Thank you to Ragged Cuts for helping us out with our awards. And like I said, all finishers are equal unless, of course, you come in dead last. So let's talk about dead fucking last. That's right. It's a position we actually celebrate because the person who finishes DFL, they spent the most time on their feet, dug the deepest, and showed the greatest perseverance to see it through. If that's you, you're going to get your Finishers Award like everybody else, a comp entry to a future HPRS race of your choice, and a special DFL trophy. This is the DFL trophy for the 10 mile. It is a wooden standing award. It's 3D, just like the awards. And of course, it says DFL 10 mile on it. You get to take that home with you. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed about. We love you. We want you to come back and try again. We know that was hard. We know that it sucked. You did it, though. So let's celebrate that. When you check in, you'll receive a wristband that says we rise together or not at all. Nobody gets left behind. This isn't just swag. It's the HPRS ethos you can wear on your sleeve. We've done away with the merit badges because we want our spirit of the trail to be active, not just retrospective. This band symbolizes our commitment to tribal caretaking and radical inclusion. It's a reminder that while you are responsible for your own safety and readiness, you are also part of a sanctuary where we look out for one another. You are, of course, free to keep your band as a reminder of your own grit, but you are also encouraged to give it away. If you see a fellow runner digging deep in their down brain to find their way back, a volunteer who has been lifting the shovel for 12 hours straight, or a crew member whose compassion is keeping the energy high, give them your band. Let them know that you see them. Let them know that you appreciate them. Thank them for being a part of our village. It is the highest honor in our series to receive a band from a peer. It says, I see your character, and I'm glad you're in this tribe with me. A huge thank you to our sponsors, El Dorado Natural Spring Water. They've been our hydration sponsor since we started in 2014. That's a lot of water, friends. They have been rated the best tasting water in the United States and the second best tasting water in the world. Chamois Butter, some of your swag is thanks to them. We'll have their lube out at our aid stations. For this race, also Hydro Pack, they've given us some cups to give away if you forgot yours or you don't have one. Goo is our hydration sponsor. We have Goo Roctane at all of our aid stations for our electrolyte replacement. And new this race, just for Silverheels, we have Orange World Cordyceps. You're going to be getting cordyceps mushroom gummies and or tinctures. They are not psychedelic. We're not tripping balls on mushrooms, friends. It's to help you. In the pre-race informational video, there's a short 5-minute video about it. It's hilarious. Sam is a runner of ours. He's going to be volunteering. He's going to be at the race. Say hi. Ask him questions. He'd love to help you out. He's a good dude. I love the guy like a brother. Really cool to have him supporting us. And we appreciate him and all of our sponsors' continued support. Also, friends, please don't forget to check out our next 3 races again on our website, humanpotentialrunning.com. On August 1st, we have the Sheep Mountain Trail Runs. We have a half marathon, 50K, and a 50-mile. In September, the end of September, 26th and 27th, we're in Westcliff down in the east side of the Sangre de Cristo mountain range for the Sangre de Cristo Trail Festival. On Saturday, we've got a 50K, 50-mile, 100K, and 100-mile. And then on Sunday, we have an 8-mile and a 27K. And then October 17th, we're back here in the Front Range in Sedalia, Littleton, Colorado, with the Indian Creek Trail Runs, our oldest race, 13th year, 5-mile, 15-mile, 55K, and 50-mile. We'd love to have you for any of those. That's everything I have to cover. As a reminder, since this is pre-recorded, please email us with any lingering questions after you reviewed your runner's guide and all of the other resources. Thank you again so very much for joining me, for being part of this community, and for showing up to do something incredible this weekend. For the Human Potential Running Series, I'm Race Director John LaCroix. We'll see you out there.